guys, thank you for watching the second ever episode of Let's Talk About It. This week I'll talk to you guys about everything from the divine to the colorblind and the importance of blood, sweat, and tears. Let's get into it with the first segment. These are a few of my favorite things. The new Divinity video by Kucka. These are a few of my favorite things. This video is so good. My friends Julia Yao and David Vincent Smith worked on it. Julia as the director and David as the cinematographer. And it is so on point. I'm talking like slow motion shower scenes that are shot at these. I can't even describe it. It's going to be linked up. You should just go see it. Seriously, it's good work. Second up is BuzzFeed's new video, That's Not Who I Am, which features black men talking about stereotypes that they face, resistance that they face, and who they really are as human beings. It makes up for every single clickbait that BuzzFeed has ever given me. This video is awesome. I love it. Great job, BuzzFeed. And third, this is a bit of a throwback. I was watching Powerpuff Girls on Netflix, found out there's a musical episode that has never been aired in the United States before. It is so good. I'm gonna full screen it. Let's go. Right? I love David and Julia. I had the pleasure of working with them on a music video last year for this band Color War. I'm telling you, there was so much talent on that set, it was crazy. Julia is massively talented. She's bringing all the talent from Perth, where David also is. Color War was awesome. Lindsay Mound, even Tico, they are awesome. And now we're gonna introduce a new segment into Let's Talk About It called Let's Talk About It. Colorblind casting. Let's talk about it. This word seems so innocuous, but it is actually extremely harmful. I always say that willful ignorance and unwitting ignorance produce the same results, and that's what the thesis behind colorblind casting is. Oh, I'm not even going to look at race. I'm just going to cast whoever I feel comfortable with, whoever stands out to me. But the fact is that we have a subconscious bias in America, which has been proven from study after study, against minorities or towards our same race a lot of times also. And so we end up having these very monotone cast things where people weren't overtly choosing to exclude minorities, they just weren't choosing to include them. Which brings me to a simple solution for what you can do to avoid this monochrome casting, colorblind casting ideal, which is, first of all, write fully fledged, rounded human being characters, and then once you do that, cast them diversely. Once you go into the casting room, choose diverse actors. Look at your set and see if you have a multinational cast, and if you don't, go back and recast. Colorblind casting is something that I feel really strongly about. I wrote an article on Medium that I'll include in the links below, so you can check that out and see more of my thoughts and opinions on that. Now let's move on to seeing what is going on in Around the Reel. So, I have not actually posted the video from Around the Reel yet. My computer has crashed twice this week, and I'm just going to say that it is worth every single minute that I've gone through. I've stayed up until at least 3 o'clock every night this week working on this animation. I'm really excited about it because I'm building the foundation for some of the animations I'm going to do in the future. So I'm doing some advanced kind of rigging stuff for animation that I'm not going to get into right now. Just know that I'm doing things that are going to let me spend a lot less time animating in the future and have it look a lot better. Another thing that I'm really excited about this week is my voice actors. I am so stoked. I'm working with a new girl named Lauren Fletcher, who is super talented. She is so quiet in person, and then she got to, like, I heard her voice recording, and I was just like, oh my god, this girl is hilarious. Her timing was perfect, her voice was perfect, it was just so good. I'm so excited for you guys to see that. And then of course I worked with my friend Jade Pangelinen, who I've known since 2nd grade, that's my boo. And he did voices this week, also super awesome. He's always improvising and doing new lines, just like in We Need to Talk.
Hey babe, we need to talk.
Screen somewhere. And he's always improvising, and I always put his lines in because he's hilarious. So my voice actors are on point this time. I'm doing new things like head turns and puppet tools and cool stuff. So hopefully if nothing else crashes on my computer, then it will be out tomorrow. Another piece of big news that I'm super excited about was my business hero, Gary Vaynerchuk, had my question on his show, Ask Gary V. I was so excited. Gary Vaynerchuk, I basically binge watch his show Ask Gary V for advice. He wrote the book Jab, 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 Right Hook, which I found in a Barnes & Noble about a year ago, and I just poured over it, and it's really changed the way that I do business and also sort of the way that I go about life and how I think about my business in relation to my life. So I love this guy. I'm gonna let him holler at you for a second. So here is him answering my question and kicking my butt a little bit on the Ask Gary V show. He said my name. This week's quote comes to us from Maya Angelou, who says, "The need for change bulldozed a road down the center of my mind." Whew. Church, let's talk about it. Not only does this quote just hit me right in my gut, just send shivers down my spine, but it is so pertinent, especially this week when I have been holed up behind a computer with things not really going the way that I want it to with this animation, just working, kind of struggling, and feeling a little bit down. This really reminded me of what I've been going through this week, because when I did hit a point where I was just low, crying and all that sort of thing, I realized that something needed to change. I needed to shift my perception, and also I needed to shift my actions. I needed to do different things. I needed to think bigger, and I needed to remind myself what I was really striving for, and that's what I did. So it actually turned out to be a really good week because of that. And I think that the key to that is exactly what Maya Angelou said. It was the need for change that invigorated me, that made my passion come back, And so I would advise any of you who are down, who are depressed, who are going through something, to just embrace the fact that you're not where you want to be. Embrace that fact. Fall into it and realize that you're not where you want to be, but you have full control over where you want to go, You may not be where you want to be right now, but take some actions, take some steps. Let the fact that you're not where you want to be invigorate you to go where you want to go. Let it bulldoze a road to the center of your mind and find your path through that time. Thank you guys so much. This is the second ever episode of Let's Talk About It. I'll see you guys next week. Let's get started with the first definition. That was crazy. The first segment. Shake. And cut it out. About brother. That's not working. The shot isn't working. I don't like the shot. Bloopers.